Buffalo is going to win it home.
The Bills make me run. Kick your heels up and down.
Let's see why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah,
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl.
right
Yeah.
now, baby.
Say you will.
Come on, come on.
Say you will.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Why they can't? What's going on?
All right, Sam's having a little technical difficulties with the audio, but we're back, baby. Another edition of the Overdue Bills podcast. It's a big week. You know, I'll handle the duties real quick so Sam gets his audio back. But you know, we're here. I started off. We're here with my guy Rad. What's going on, Rad?
What's good, man? I'm happy. I'm better than I was last week. Obviously, we got a win. It's a little, you know, it's more color in the screen, as you can see, not that much black in the screen. So that means we won. So, you know, it's good. You know, I'm happy to pod. This is the toughest part of our schedule, but you know what I mean? Let's go. This is what makes a championship. So this will make a champion. So, you know, let's get it.
Yes, sir. And Sam,
I'm back. I'm back.
Back.
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what happened. Had a little technical difficulty. I don't know what's wrong with my computer right now. But nonetheless, I'm back. So let me introduce our guy, Matty Ice, a.k.a. really all black Matt, but he got some little flavors, different colors. Matt, what's up with you, man?
Man, I'm you know, it's bittersweet, man. I just left 80-degree weather all week. Got a big Bills win when I was gone. So came back to some snow, didn't love that. But I'm happy to be here, man. I'm ready to pod.
Absolutely. Shout out to the weather. You know, we here, we definitely had a win. It's kind of crazy because it's like, you know, the game was on Thursday. So it's like so much has happened since Thursday, obviously in the league. But we are coming off a great win Thursday against the New Orleans Saints. And before we kind of get into the show, Matt, I need you to let the people know, you know, who sponsors our show.
Yes, sir. This show and every other show is brought to you by none other than Buffalo Wing Kings. It's two things the guys here at the Overdue Bills podcast know. That's Bills football and that's wings. Our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. At Wing Kings, it's Wings 101. With over 101 different flavors and their beloved Wing of the Month special, Wing Kings is sure to school every other wing place around. Hit them up for Bills games, parties, you know, just whatever you're feeling, some wings, go hit those guys up. They'll get you taken care of. Stop down to their Elmwood Village location at 484 Elmwood Avenue or give them a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say, and we know, they got the best wings in town, hands down. And make sure you mention our name, Overdue Bills Podcast. Get 10% off your order.
Shout out Overdue Bills Podcast. Sure. Shout out Buffalo Wing Kings. Definitely mention a name for the wings. Let's do this. Shout out to all the fans out there. We appreciate all of you for definitely supporting this show. You know, every week, 2 shows every week. You know, we try to give you good content, try to give you good Bills content. And we just got to let you know, we still got some merch. You see it, red, gray, blue. Man, we got the flavors, we got the colors. So please support the pod on the merch and definitely support the pod on overduebillspod.com. Overduebillspod.com. That's where everything Overdue Bills is at. Shout out to all of you out there who've been on the website. Got the great article. Shout out to our editor-in-chief, Mike D. And then just click that merch tab. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we got everything for you, man. You see it, you click it, you see what's going on. Hats, shirts, polos, the whole 9. So listen, we taking care of everybody, you know what I'm saying? One person at a time. We appreciate all of you. So let's get into the show. Matt, you got something to say real quick?
One quick thing. You got a couple hours left. Our Cyber Monday, Black Friday deal still rolling till midnight.
Yes,
get
sir.
in there, get your merch. Use the promo code Black Friday 21. Get 25% off your whole purchase. Go in there and get it. You're going to get some quality stuff for a great price.
Absolutely. 25% off Black Friday 21. You see it right there up on the screen. Please go use that. Listen, we're trying to help y'all. We're trying to, support everybody. We thank y'all for the support that we got. So we just trying to show the love back. All right, so let's get into the show. Quick question of the day. And I'm not sure if everybody out there is familiar with this theory, but it's called the Ewing theory, right? It's called the Ewing theory. And the Ewing theory is basically it's dedicated to the New York Knicks, and Patrick Ewing, obviously an amazing player. One season he got hurt, and the New York Knicks did really, really, really good. And, the theory was, actually the Knicks are better, without their best player, quote unquote, Patrick Ewing. So I want to know, is there any Ewing theory potential with the Buffalo Bills since Tre'Davious White, our best corner, some might say, our probably a top three player in the roster, definitely talent wise, definitely as far as paid wise, the money wise. So is there any Ewing theory potential? Are we better without Tre'Davious White, or is our season going down the toilet? Rad.
Are we better? Such a. I hope so. I hope so. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a chance. It's a chance to rally around that. He was having such a great season, All Pro, haven't gave up a touchdown all year. Probably was one of the short list of defensive player of the year potentially. So it's a big blow. But I think it's something we can rally around. I think we have other great back end players. You know what I mean? Levi been playing pretty good this year. We see about Dane Jackson, how he gonna come in and help. We'll see. But I think it's a real good chance. I know I'm on the fence. I didn't give you an answer, but it's tough. Trey White is elite. He's one of the best 2 or 3 corners in the league. You know what I'm saying? You can't replace that. You just cannot replace that. But hopefully, the pass rush pickup, Rousseau and them boys, and Addison, he showed his face this game. So hopefully them boys pick up and get some more pass rush, because we're gonna need it. Maybe we start blitzing more. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to overreact either. I don't want to overreact Trey White not being here. So we'll see. I'm gonna vote yes. We can rally around this, and be as good.
Matt.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously we have to, right? I think we can definitely rally around it. Obviously, it's a huge blow in the locker room and on the field, right? It's just a guy. He's been solid, high energy guy. Kind of gets the people going. Fan favorite. Big presence. So it definitely a tough loss in a week where we were just starting to kind of quote unquote get healthy, with guys coming off the COVID list and guys coming off IR. So we're gonna have to rally around it. It's gonna be next man up. So I do think we will be. I think we'll be okay. But it's very tough to lose a guy like that.
I'll say this. I want to preface my comments. I think there'll be a little Ewing theory potential with this. From this standpoint, I don't think that we need Tre'Davious White. And let me say this before everybody goes crazy and cancels me. What I mean by that is, if you look at the AFC picture, we're going to talk about it in a little bit later in the show. It's not like we play some amazing wide receivers. It's just we don't. And the reality is, even if we do see the Kansas City Chiefs, he wasn't good against the Kansas City Chiefs anyway. Like, he didn't shut down Tyreek Hill. Tyreek killed them. He's not good against fast receivers. We know that. It's a fact. It's a legit fact. He's just not good. He doesn't have top end speed. I mean, I'm not making that up. That's not hearsay.
So put a lesser corner on.
No, what I'm saying is Tyreek Hill actually murdered him. So it's like him being there didn't actually do anything for us. It was a bad thing. So maybe Dane Jackson
get worse. Do you think having Dane Jackson?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how getting blown out is worse. Like, can we get blown out by even more? It's possible. I don't know. It remains to be seen. But what I do know is that he didn't do anything.
We're talking about this year, though, right? We're talking about this year, not last year.
Well, regardless, I'm just saying, like, at the time, like, that's what happened. So I don't know. Like, again, if I go down the list of teams we're going to play, even if we're going to talk about the Patriots, it's like Kendrick Bourne. Like, are we really that scared of him? Like, I mean, what are we doing here? I'm just saying, like Hollywood
fantasy pickup.
Yeah, Hollywood Brown, maybe. I mean, it's Hollywood Brown. Like, I don't know. So he is fast, and like that's my point. Tre'Davious White is not. Like, he's not good at top end speed receivers.
But you know,
it's fact.
it's
He's a good corner.
it's not just
He's
that.
good.
He's a great corner, and
Great
he
corner.
is. He's elite.
Just the presence of him being on the field for opposing quarterbacks and opposing coordinators, it changes a lot of things when he's not on the field. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah,
agree.
That's why everybody, Levi Wallace, he has been playing bad. But this year, the narrative has shifted. I mean, he's playing better, but the spots that people was killing him is because everybody forcing it to him because they're not trying to throw it to Trey White. They're literally it's you throwing the ball at Levi Wallace because you're not throwing it to Trey White, and he's been playing good. But that's what it is. You know what I mean? So he's definitely going to affect things for sure. Not him not being there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that remains to be seen. Like I said, it's just a theory. And we'll see. We'll see if it bodes well for us. But let's get into the game. A quick recap. I know the game was Thursday. It seems like forever ago. On Thanksgiving, but we still do have to talk about it. Shout out to the Bills. 31-6, definitely a great win for the Bills in New Orleans. And really, what I want to kind of deal with is this idea of accountability. We're going to talk about our give and take segment, right? This is our patented give and take segment. There are some things that, we want to take from the game. There are some things that we may want to leave in New Orleans. What happens in New Orleans stays in New Orleans. But really, what I want to talk about is accountability. And I think going into the game, Sean McDermott kind of made that statement with the benching of Isaiah McKenzie, who had a terrible game against the Colts. Obviously, we know he did with his mishaps. Zach Moss was a healthy scratch. It's not the first time he was, but he was a healthy scratch. And Vernon Butler, who was terrible against the Colts, at least one other player that was terrible against the Colts, he was benched as well. He didn't play at all. So, Matt, I want to go to you with that being, kind of the forefront of kind of where we're going to lead the conversation about accountability. How do you feel the Bills did, and what do you want to give and take from the game?
Well, obviously they rebounded well, right? We played against a team that we should have dominated, should have played really well against. And the defense, they were healthy to a point until, we lost Trey, and they did what they were supposed to do. I mean, a starless defensive line at Oliver, he just keeps emerging as it doesn't really show up on the stat sheet that much, but he's making some amazing plays out there that's stopping things and affecting the quarterbacks on the other team a lot. So what I wanna take with us is the defense obviously continuing to play well, and Ed Oliver just
playing better.
Not
well because they were terrible against the Colts.
That's what I'm saying. So I want to keep this. Take that defense from New Orleans, playing well there, and that's what I want to take with me. That's what I want to take. You can in New Orleans. What we can leave once again is just the stupid penalties, the lack of discipline sometimes, and then the holding. The offensive line still doing a lot of holding. Deion Dawkins has to definitely step it up for this back half of the season because he's.
Don't worry about him. BSF got him. Yeah,
he's got Matt Judon twice coming up, so that's going to be a very tall task.
Doesn't matter. He's somewhere with Benny right now, probably. But no, you're right. But you're absolutely right, Matt. And shout out to Josh Jr. I should say, in the comments. But I'm gonna go to Rad. So with that being said, right, Matt talked about it. But with that accountability mindset, how do you feel? Like, what are some things that you want to take from the game?
For me, I like the balance of it. I think the Bowl called a balanced game. We had 32 rushes. I think Josh threw the ball 28 times. That was good. It is not just the balance for the sake of being balanced. It was there. It was open. It was effective running. You know what I mean? It was we didn't go away from it. We didn't lose that. We tried to be physical with New Orleans defense, who was a physical defense. They got one of the better rushing defense in the league, and we still, went out there, tipped the ball, ran the ball well. So I like that. I like the play calling the Bowl had. It helped Josh. It complimented Josh. He made some tough throws. Trying to force it in a couple times. I want him not to do that.
Pause.
I want him to be okay with throwing the ball away, checking it down. Not what I mean. I just want him to just make those better decisions and hopefully slowly make those better decisions, and he gets better. consistently be more consistent. But besides that, he had a good game. I'm not even gonna be totally mad at him because he had a good game. He had a 76 QBR. He had completions 23 at 28. Just one of his highest completed percentages wise. So I want to just take the good Josh. Just the confident Josh. To make every throw, Josh. That was good. And the bow. That was how the offense was just fluid. It felt better. It's strong to get together better drives. So that was good. And obviously the defense. What I want to leave there. I guess the turnovers is something I wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I guess the turnovers. Mainly, but I think overall we went into New Orleans, played a quality defense, I say, and we handled them. So I think I like how we did that.
So quickly, I know it's a short recap because, it seemed like forever ago, and obviously we won big, but just quickly, can I get a premium player? Let me get a premium player. And before we get that premium player, I do want to go to Rad first to let people know who's sponsoring this segment.
716 Premium. 716 Premium is a niche lifestyle store conveniently located in the downtown area that aims to promote health and wealth by providing many non-tobacco luxury smoking accessories, clothing, and even a large selection of premium products in their premium service. They're open from 10 to 10 every day, and they deliver. Shop Premium. 716premium.com. Go hit the website, 716premium.com.
Shout out to Premium. Definitely like and share this show. We definitely want everybody to see it. So, Matt, let me get one premium player from the game.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with our guy. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Stephon Diggs. 7 for 74. He had the crazy bachata route touchdown. He had dude, and he even recorded a tackle on a pick. So he was doing everything. I got to go with Diggs, man. He just, continues to make play after play, and you can go to him one-on-one. You're confident he's going to come down with that or make that route, kill the guy 9 times out of 10.
Rad.
I gotta go paper here, chalk. I gotta go Josh Allen. 23 to 28 to 264 touchdown passes. He had another 43 on the ground. Number one quarterback in fantasy. If you care about that, I do. So I think he played good. I think if he play well, we play well. We usually win. It's getting it to be that simple. How well did Josh play? That determines how well if we won or not. So he played well enough for this win, and I think if he continue, get this streak right, get this groove right, get this momentum, carry this momentum, I think we can have a great rest of the season.
I guess I'm gonna do something that I normally I tell everybody not to do, but I'm the host, so I can do it. I'm gonna give a couple players. Shout out to Matt Breida. Matt, like it's a change of pace. He's just running the ball hard. It's just, you know what I'm saying, using all his speed that he has, and he's hitting the holes as best he can. And we don't have an amazing running game, but I think that Matt Breida is doing a good job and, doing everything that he can possibly do, even with the line that we have. So shout out to Matt Breida. Shout out to Dawson Knox. Definitely after the broken hand, I think Dawson Knox is kind of stabilizing our offense. He's giving us another element, a little bit of his dropsies, but he's still giving us another element of a person. Definitely in the red zone, a huge target. And even those screen players, I think DeBow feels comfortable with Knox in the game because he can do more things schematically with the offense. So shout out to Knox. And I will say this. Shout out to I talked about him, last show in a negative light, but Ed Oliver's playing better. I give credit where credit is due. I'm a fluid person. Ed Oliver is playing better. I still have to say listen, this is only my knock for Ed Oliver, and this is how I feel about Jerry Hughes. You could do all of these sacks on these trash teams. We play a good one come Monday. I need to see a sack at least. I need to see those. I just need to see it. Like that's my only thing with players like that. You can do all of this stuff when nobody else is watching, but when we are all watching, I want to see it. Matt, you got something to say?
See, well, I definitely want to see a sack. I want to see him get a sack every week, and he gets there for sure. But he does so much more that's not on the stat sheet that it's tough to kind of say if he's not getting a sack, he's not playing well, that type of thing. I don't agree with that.
I didn't say that though.
No, I know,
I'm saying
know.
I want to see a sack. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you claim what I'm saying is for where I picked you, for where we picked you, I want to see a sack. I can say that. And not only do I want to see a sack, I want to see tackles for loss, so on and so forth. I mean, it's like, am I missing something?
I think he's averaging like 1 or 1.5 like every game. Though. He's definitely
Oliver is good. I don't know. I don't know if his ceiling is. Let's say I don't know if he'd be ever as good as peak. Let's say Marcel when Darius here, his peak year when he was like up for defensive player of the year. I don't know if he's gonna be that dominant. You know what I mean? But I think he's gonna be way more consistent moving forward. I hope so. You know what I mean? That's the hope. You know what I mean? So and he's probably gonna be cheaper. So I think he not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna get a 10 sack season. I don't know if we do. We'll see. Hopefully, not gonna win.
Well, that's a lot.
That position. You look at that position
I agree.
where he's drafted, right? And you're spoiled with the Aaron Donalds of the world, right?
Aaron Donald's trash, realistic. But anyways, you can keep going.
But
he be single cover all the time, bro. He's not getting no more sacks. I'm just being honest. But that's another story for another day. What you saying, Matt?
You're spoiled with the crazy 15, 20 sack seasons from a defensive tackle position, and you're not going to get that out of Oliver. But he's such a disruptor, and he kind of opens things. Him and Starr, they elevate Milano and Edmonds in that sense.
My thing is, we picked him to be that, though, Matt. I just want to be clear on that. Like, he was a very high draft pick.
We didn't pick him to go out and get 10 sacks this season. We picked him to go out and do what he's doing.
Well, I disagree wholeheartedly.
I mean,
I don't know what that means.
We'll take 10 sacks a season, but I think what he's doing in the run game and the pass rush game is perfectly fine. I'm happy with where his value of where we drafted him right now and what he's doing.
Well, you can say that. What I'm saying,
I think McDermott and Leslie Frazier will piggyback on that if they heard that. Right
well, that's why they're gonna get fired too if they keep piggybacking. But what I'm saying is, and shout out to the comments, because you're right. I call it out. I call it as I see it, and it's kind of it's that blue collar mentality. We do beat up on bad teams, and we've done that this season. That's our MO. It's just a fact. We've done that this season. But when we play tougher teams and tougher competition, I don't see these things. Like, I never seen Ed Oliver. You know what I'm saying? Like, where was he at? You know what I'm saying? When Jonathan Taylor was running all over us, I just didn't see him. Did you see him, Matt?
No, I mean,
you didn't see him.
Nobody.
That's my point.
That's one game we're talking about here.
I would say this most of the. Okay. I would say this most of the times we played, besides the Indy game, I think they just demolished us. I think we beat ourselves, but it was a lot of it was on us. The Jacksonville game, come on, bro, that was terrible. I think if we play the Steelers again, we beating the Steelers.
I don't know.
It's just it was a lot. Some games were just like, oh my, you was mad at ourselves more so impressed with the other team. I think we got a recipe. I know Trey White is gone. I mean, hopefully we keep pushing from that, but we got a recipe. We got a nucleus. We got both sides of the ball, all three phases, really to be one of the better teams, and that's still such and the AFC is such a toss up. I told you Tennessee was fool's gold. I mean, they get hurt.
I mean,
still,
that's not like
they was winning.
That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. They don't have any of their skill players, so I mean that's irrelevant.
They was either way.
Okay, that's okay. Tomato.
At the time, Derrick Henry was gone when I was saying that.
Okay.
Tannehill just not going to just keep rising to the occasion. I don't think so.
Let's just pray Derrick Henry don't come back in January and beat us. All right, let me ask y'all this. Let's do this real quickly. I do want to do Are We Worried Yet? I do want to do this segment, and people might say, oh, for what? We had a 31-6 win. Because I'm a realist. And are we worried yet about Josh Allen? And what I mean by that is Josh Allen threw his first red zone interception, and he's constantly throwing interceptions from game by game by game. He's an interception machine. Are we worried yet about Josh Allen turning over the ball? Because even though we did win, it's just like these turnovers will come back to haunt us. And with that being said, couple that with Tre'Davious White being out and our defense is not as good as we think it is. That is a fact. We're going to all agree on that. So with turning over the ball and losing those chances in crucial situations, are we worried yet about our quarterback? Matt?
No, I'm gonna say no. Because it seems like he's throwing a lot more, but at this point in the season last year, he threw 8 interceptions. At this point last year, he threw 10 so far this year. So it's not a crazy difference off of what he was. I will say, like the first pick that he threw to Stephon Diggs, it was a communication thing. He was expecting Steph to go one way, he went the other. That's kind of all that was.
Some said that he looked down the receiver. Some people said that.
Well, that's what I was going to get into next. I know I mentioned it, like, you know, I don't want to stop trying to feed Diggs the ball, but I want Josh to stop over forcing it to him. Like, you know, it kind of seems like a lot, like I would say half of his picks this year have been over forcing the ball to Stephon Diggs. And it's kind of like that 50-50 play where, yeah, Steph's usually going to come down with it, but that time that he doesn't, like you said, it could come back to haunt us. So I will say I'm not worried yet about that.
Let me push back on that just quickly. Do you think that Josh Allen is trying to force feed the ball simply because our receivers are trash and they're not getting open?
No, it's just, you know, you give look at Devontae Adams in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers tries to get him the ball at 10 to 12 times a game.
Well, because he's open.
Aaron Rodgers not the boy though. So
yeah, but Stephon Diggs is open too.
That's my
Stephon
point.
Diggs gets open.
And Emmanuel Sanders is not getting open like he did in the beginning of the season. That's a fact.
Well, I pray one day Josh Allen has an arm talent as good as Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's say that.
Absolutely.
Because Aaron Rodgers' arm talent is next level, and it's next level. Josh Allen has a strong arm, maybe, but you know the talent of placement and all that. It's not we're not talking about in the same ballpark right here. But I would say this from a scale of 1 to 10, I say a 5. And the reason I say a 5 is because I think New England is a threat. You know what I'm talking about? I think it's a real life threat. I don't think it's like something, you know, that we got to play with. You know, I talked about, you know, on the other show, we think it's a sports show, about the Odell trade. I thought Odell going to New England would have been like, you know, Belichick would do something like that because he understood what type of team he had. And I think a weapon like an Odell, but whatever. But I'm just bringing that up to just say I was saying back then they were a threat, and I still think so. And I think those 2 turnovers against New England, you know, I think we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? We just can't have those 2 turnovers against New England. That defense is playing real good. Mac Jones is being consistent. He's not throwing the ball away. That running game is potent, is as good. It's not as good as maybe Derrick Henry or Jonathan Taylor, but it's a next step down. And they gonna consistently run, you know, with Stevenson and Harris. So they are a real threat, and we can't turn the ball over against them. You know, and Josh Allen got to know that. And if he turn the ball over, I think we lose. So we can't turn the ball over.
All right, so
scale to 10, I'm at a 5, to be honest.
Okay, so let's stay there. Let's stay with New England. We got a matchup coming. Monday prime time. It's really for all the marbles. And let me ask you this first, Matt. Is this a must-win game for the Buffalo Bills?
I think so, just in the sense of we need to start getting separation in the division, and it's just going to be from them. Miami won 4 in a row in the division. I don't think they're going to have enough games to catch up. You know, where they got 7 losses right now.
Yeah,
it's 5 and 7.
It's going to be a little tough for them. But yeah, we definitely got to start creating some space in the division because of the logjam in the AFC. So, you know, and we also, all of our losses have been to AFC opponents. So that could screw us later on in tiebreakers or any of that jazz. So I think definitely got to get some separation in the division to start thinking playoffs here. So must win for me.
So, Rat, how do you feel about this New England Patriots matchup? You talked about Josh Allen not turning over the ball, but just kind of give me a little fillers out. Like, is it a situation where you think that they're the better team, or do you think that we're the better team?
I think we're the better team. But you know, I understand that, you know, I talked about earlier, it's a threat. It's a real, I say we're the better team. Maybe because I got this Overdue Bills hoodie on, you know, to be honest with you. Because I can see how Bill Belichick, man, this is a scary, because it's an underdog. Nobody worrying about them. Nobody caring what they doing, and he's over there being Bill Belichick. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, I think that's, you know, I think to just think that Josh Allen about to come rolling to a Bill Belichick team that's actually playing good and just you know, and be good. I don't want to just assume that. You know what I mean? I think that's naive, and I think Josh Allen need to prepare for one of the toughest games he gonna play. You know, I think it's gonna be a tough game. I think he gonna have to rise above his normal play, and I think he gonna have to have a, you know, MVP type, you know, performance. I think he got to play like one of the best players in the NFL. You know what I mean? I really do believe that. I think Bill Belichick and the Patriots are formidable, but they're not going to beat themselves. We're going to have to beat them, you know, and in that type of performance, we need Josh to be on his A+ game.
Matt, so let me ask you this, Matt. As far as matchup wise, and listen, we're gonna have another show coming up during the week where we really get into the nitty-gritty of this game. But I see some comments, and what I'm seeing is that like the Patriots defense is formidable, right? J.C. Jackson up against Diggs. We talked about Judon, you know, so on and so forth, even when they spent a lot of money on the defense, you know, in this offseason. So, Matt, how do you feel, you know, about our offense going up against a Bill Belichick-led defense?
Well, you know, it's kind of geared towards our offense. You know, they play a lot of man. J.C. Jackson's going to have to make his money. He's going to get a handful of everything, you know, that Diggs is going to throw at him. I think that last year where Diggs broke that little 40-yarder, threw up the peace sign behind him, I think that was on J.C. Jackson. So I'm sure he's got that in his mind. So I like our offense going in, but I'm worried about the offensive line, even though luckily we're getting back Spencer Brown, getting back Feliciano, Matt Judon, Kyle Van Noy. They're going to be coming all day, you know. So it's going to be a tough go. As I think if the offensive line plays a little better, I think we'll be okay.
I'll say this. I think that. Listen, the Bills have to do this. Sean McDermott has to, I guess, try a way. Right, we don't need to get down early. Getting down early against the New England Patriots is bad because they can run the ball and we cannot stop the run. That is a fact. But what I'm hoping is that our you know, defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier, Sean McDermott see is that we're playing against a rookie quarterback. And I personally, I think this is a scheme game, right? It is an X's and O's, right? It's well, you know, the Jim and Joe's, right? Obviously, the players have to do everything on the field, but I think it's an X's and O's game. Because I think that Sean McDermott and Leslie Frazier need to scheme out a plan to get Matt Jones to try to throw the ball deep because he can't. Every pass he's thrown over 20 yards has been an interception. That is a fact. It's not, I didn't make that up. It's a legit fact. Every pass over 20 yards. So what we need to do is we need to scheme out to stop the run. That's priority because they're going to try to run the ball with Ramondre Stevenson and Damian Harris. We need to stop the run. Obviously, easier said than done. But we also need, and I know this is crazy having Dane Jackson, right, and not having Tre'Davious White and having Levi Wallace, but y'all can't give these cushions out, bro. Like, it's like, listen, make him try to beat us over the top because he hasn't shown that he can't. And I think that this is a time where we just need to send the dogs at him, man. I don't know how y'all feel about it, though.
This week without Trey White? I mean, I hear you. This week without Trey White, I don't know how confident you are in Dane. I mean, like, to keep it a buck, you know what I mean? Dane has played okay, but I mean, let's see Levi Wallace did beat him out. You hate Levi Wallace, and Levi Wallace beat him out for the second job. So how confident we are in Dane when they play? It ain't like he, you know, jump out the screen. So we'll see. I don't know how they gonna master out. They don't have, you know, Bourne, like you said, Bourne, Myers, Aguilar, Nikhil, all these guys. I mean, it's not somebody you need to worry about. But he is average to below average corner at the same time. So, you know, we still got to fill that out and hopefully he show up. That's a real concern for me. I mean, it's a concern if Bill come out and just try to attack Dane all day. You know what I'm saying? That's it's very possible.
Yeah, and I'm going to allude to one of the comments too. My guy Ramesh, he talked about, you know, Belichick having some more time to game plan. Well, McDermott's been off since Thursday. So, you know, his record against rookie quarterbacks, I think he's undefeated against rookie quarterbacks still.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's another thing going in. He's got all this time to prepare. And then I think you do have the confidence even still in an average corner, I guess, in Levi Wallace and Dane Jackson, because you're going against average receivers. You're not going against a top tier talent on the other side of the field. Plus you are going against an A+ play caller. You're going. You are correct.
It ain't like
correct.
he can't call it over there.
But you got two guys in support too, and Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, who are definitely going to be helping those guys all game long. That's what I have the confidence in too. If those guys get beat, the two guys in the back aren't going to let anything go crazy.
Absolutely, and like I said, for those out there, I know it's a lot of talk about Tre'Davious White, but we got some Ewing theory potential. And Ewing theory potential is all like sometimes the team does better after the best player goes down. It's just a fact. Yeah. If you just look at history, I mean, it's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just a theory out there, and we've seen it happen multiple times. And I do think that Dane Jackson is going to step up, and I do think that Levi Wallace is going to step up. And I will say this, and shout out to the comments, right? Tremaine Edmonds, Matt Milano, and even our tight ends, I think we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's because they also have a Jonnu Smith. They also have a Hunter Henry. And if they do get in the red zone, it just seems like Hunter Henry always finds the ball. And Kendrick Bourne. Yeah. Right? So, I mean, my point is, Sean McDermott and Leslie Frazier, they have to scheme this game the right way. Calling the right blitzes at the right time. I would love to get pressure without blitzing. Ed Oliver, Rousseau, you know what I'm saying? Just even if we gotta send Tremaine Edmonds or Milano just to kind of get in there, AJ Klein to get in there, anybody. We have to manufacture pressure if we can't get it.
I say this, I'm excited about the game. I am excited about the game because it's like I feel like a mid-season playoff game because how important it is, how it can swing somebody, far as how you feel about your season going forward. You know what I mean? So it's an important game. But I want to see how Bill calls his game, how he plays us. The best way, the most effective way he think to shut down Josh and Diggs and whatever. How we gonna do with the run? Are we gonna still have that balance? Is Breida still gonna be? I'm just so curious to see this game and how it plays out. I'm happy it's on Monday night, and I can't wait.
Let me do this because let's get into this segment because I'm glad somebody put this in the comments, so we're gonna talk about that right now. It's our expectation versus reality segment, and I want to kind of look at the AFC playoff picture in this segment. But before we do that, Matt, can you please let the people know who's sponsoring this segment?
Yes, sir. This segment's brought to you by the good people at Buffalo Pet Supply. Do you have a pet? Are you looking into getting a pet? Or know someone who has a pet? There's only one place to send them for everything to make that pet live its best life. Buffalo Pet Supply, specializing in fish, small animals, and reptiles. The knowledgeable staff over at Buffalo Pet Supply can get you set up or maintain whatever setup you may have. Stop down and see the family-owned and operated staff located at 1345 Military Road in Kenmore, or give them a call at 716-874-1951. And again, you shout out the Overdue Bills podcast, you get 10% off your order.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody in the comments is going crazy in there. But I wanted to bring up the AFC playoff picture. And you see, obviously, the Baltimore Ravens is up at the top. And that's another one. Ewing theory potential. They lost everybody. Literally 18 players is on IR. I mean, they lost all the running backs. I mean, it's crazy. It's literally crazy. But they're 8-3. They win games. They pull games out the you know what.
Lamar missed the game. They won that game.
It's crazy. Yeah. So I mean, it's the Ewing theory potential is definitely out there. But so we see Baltimore up at the top. Obviously, New England Patriots number 2, Tennessee number 3, Kansas City 4, Cincinnati 5, and the Bills 6. So Matt,
Kansas City leading their division is kind of crazy.
I know it is crazy after all that. So
after all that, here they are.
Matt, dealing with that idea of expectations versus reality, you know what I mean? We expect it for us to be number 1, right? We expect it for us to be leading our division, but the reality is we're 6. And, it's kind of a logjam like you talked about. How do you feel about the playoff picture as it stands right now? Because I believe that if the season stopped now, we would play the Tennessee Titans in a playoff game.
It's a very scary 6 seed right there. That's how I feel. But like I said, we got to get this game. We got to start getting ourselves back up in the lock part of it. The 4 teams that are locked in. So I think a win against New England on Monday. Then we got a couple other teams down the line. I think we can win out pretty much. So that'll put us at 13-4 on the season, and that will probably be the number 1 seed record because Baltimore's got to stumble a little bit towards the end of the year. They just have to, come pulling out games with Lamar throwing 4 interceptions, and it's crazy, but. I think I like our chances in the AFC playoff picture to eventually come out on top, and then we have that tiebreaker against Kansas City down the line too.
So, Rat, with that being said, how do you feel about our playoff picture? Because obviously we play the Patriots Monday, then we go to Tampa, then we play the Patriots again, right? 3 tough games coming up. So, do you think that all of them are must wins? Do you feel that we need to try and go for the 1 seed? Or like, how do you feel about? How do you feel you kind of want this thing to play out? Obviously, you want us to win every game, but realistically,
this is the important part of our season, right? These 3 games is crucial. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, going into the season, I was way more confident. I thought, we can go anywhere and win. I'm not there anymore. You know what I mean? Trey White gone. The running game, the offensive line is shaky. We can't really, the running game is, up and down. We didn't run the ball last year that much either, but right now having an effective running game look like something that you want. So I don't think we that team just can just go anywhere and win, man. I'm to keep it 100. I want a home playoff game. I want that 1 seed. I want, a bye too. So I think, these next 3 weeks is crucial because obviously 2 of them is with the Patriots right now. They're the 2 seed. And at Tampa Bay, you just not necessarily, but these 2 New England games can, definitely jump us to securing the division, probably put us in that, 3 to 2 seed. But also, we still, I think Tennessee is going to fall down. Baltimore, they are hurt. I think these injuries, Tennessee, Baltimore got injuries. I think eventually it's going, I know you're saying, the Ewing 3, but eventually it's going to catch up. You know what I mean? I don't see how you keep, Lamar Jackson is great, but Tennessee, I think they're gonna fall down. Kansas City, obviously, gonna be there. And, you got Cincinnati, so I think we got a real chance at that 1 seed. And I think these next 3 games is pretty much gonna see how serious with our division and trying to get the top 1 or 2 seeds in a home playoff game.
I do want the 1 seed. And I'm gonna be honest. I do agree. Like Tennessee, obviously, just with all the injuries, they have to start losing games at some point. I mean, it has to happen. Even though they have a great coach. Shout out to Vrabel. But looking at the schedule, like for me, for some reason the Patriots don't fear me, and I don't know if that's just kind of vibrato but I think that Mac Jones being a rookie quarterback, I honestly think that Monday night, and tell me how you feel about this in the comments, I think we're going to like beat them handily. I think that we're going to shake up Matt Jones. People say he's been in big games, bro. That's college, bro. Like, miss me with that. Like, he's coming to a raucous crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy at Highmark Stadium. We might get some weather. Like, it's going to be crazy. And I think that we're going to come out like gangbusters. The hell with Bill Belichick. I think we're going to have like a 15, 20-point win. And then we should, albeit the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think that dudes in Devin White, they dealing with some injuries themselves. I think we can beat them as well. And going into Foxborough, I think it's going to be a close game. But if Josh Allen is the $200 million man that we say he is, and he's supposed to be this great, that's the game you win, right? And that's who I'm looking at. I think this Monday night, this is a scheme game, right? Sean McDermott, Leslie Frazier, DeVolt, like, they're going to have to scheme us up, put us in the right position, and then we're going to have to do what we need to do. I think we're going to do what we need to do. When we play New England, and I don't want to look ahead, though, when we play them in Foxborough, that's a Josh Allen game, right? And I'm going to be honest, after these 3 games, we're going to see who the MVP of the league is, right? I honestly believe that. Like, if Josh Allen is the MVP, if he wants to win that trophy, he's going to have to put up or shut up. It's just as simple as that. I don't know how y'all feel about that.
No, I feel the same.
All right.
I think this Monday night game, it could be, I'm not gonna say playoff, but it could be a preview of a potential playoff game or of that matter, a home playoff game. Crowd crazy Monday night. The fans gonna be here. We gonna be everything gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And how do we respond? Is the New England gonna come in and just running down our throat? Because that's the blueprint. And they got the studs to do it. So can we stop the run on Monday night? But if we can stop the run on Monday night, we can win the football. If we can stop the run, we gonna win.
I agree. I agree, but I think we're going to use the method that other teams are using, especially against who am I thinking about? Like the Rams. I think we're going to get up early on New England come Monday, and that's going to neutralize the run. Right, I think that's what we got to plan for. Like, let's get the ball first. Josh Allen go down and score immediately. Right, let's put up the points. Let's put the points up immediately, so we don't even have to worry about Ramondre Stevenson. We don't have to worry about Damian Harris. We don't got to worry about none of that. All we got to do is worry about Mac Jones trying to throw the ball over 20 yards, which he's terrible at. It's a fact.
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel, Matt.
Yeah, and I will say, like, the Trey loss. Losing a terrible game in Jacksonville, getting smoked by Indy. I think the best thing for us is kind of knocking us down and making us a hungry team again, right? And they're coming in with all this talk on ESPN. Every sports show, they got New England winning the division, you know, because they got an easier schedule in the end of the joint. And they think they're going to beat us. That's gotta not sit well with the guys in the locker room. I think they're going to come out on fire on Monday.
Okay, so let's do this. We appreciate all y'all in the comments, man. It's been amazing. I've been trying to keep up with all of them, man. Y'all been going crazy in the comments. Definitely appreciate y'all. Please like and share this video. But Matt, if you can, let the people know who won the contest. Obviously, let the people know about the contest and everything else.
Yeah, so we actually had two contests this week. We had our normal Wing Kings contest. We had our guy Daryl Hahn won this week. It was a lot of guys very close. Our guy Streets was like a yard off. Our guy Josh was like a couple of yards off. It was crazy. It was a tight one. So he ended up winning in the end. But we're gonna run the same contest this week. You're gonna do the score prediction for the Bills versus New England, and then as a tiebreaker, you're gonna do the total offensive yards by the Buffalo Bills, and then you're gonna tag two people. You got until Monday at 8 p.m. to get these submissions in IG or Facebook. Start them now. We want to get a lot of people in. We want to give away this gift card every week.
Free wings on us.
Yep, wings on us, man, from our lovely sponsor at Wing Kings. And then we had our other competition. Our guy John over at Cigar Vets. He was cool enough he gave away a signature cigar. I think Sam's gonna put it up on the screen here. He had some people follow us and then inbox the Cigar Vets thing. So the winner for that. I have the announcement here. Is going to be Bill Meidenbauer. So we're going to get you linked up with our guy John, and he's going to get you that cigar.
Is he the cousin of Budweiser? Shout out to Bill. Shout out to Bill.
So you can smoke on that as the Bills smoke the Patriots this week. Shout out our guys from Cigar Vets, and good job, Bill.
Absolutely.
Smoking on that Pats pack.
Absolutely. Shout out to Premium. They got the packs too. All right. So we appreciate all of you, what I'm saying, definitely being here. Listen, shout out overduebillspod.com, overduebillspod.com. Get your merch. Listen, and you got to they got to the end of the day, Matt?
Midnight, yeah.
Midnight. We got the Cyber Monday special, 25% off. You know what I'm saying? Matt, you got something to say?
Nah, this is 25% off the whole site. We're talking sweatsuits, tees, hoodies, hats, everything. 25% off until midnight. So
promo code
Black Friday 21. No spaces, none of that. All caps. Put it in.
Absolutely.
Sir.
OverdueBillsPod.com. OverdueBillsPod.com. We appreciate everybody. And you know how we end every show with a little bit of that. Hey.
Hey.